Hey GolfPass, I'm Ballard. Now, a big problem with most of the player swings that I see is that nobody's ever walked them through exactly how to use the hips. I've made this really simple model of the hips. This will be my right hip, my left hip, and then this would kind of symbolize my pelvis. And you need to do something called a power U, or what I call the power U, if you really want to be consistent and powerful at the same time in the golf swing. So what's going to happen here is in the backswing, you can kind of imagine as I rotate to the top, we all know that our hips have to rotate in the backswing. Tour players are letting their hips rotate about 45 degrees as they go into the backswing. So that looks something like this. That's where the start of the power U happens. As we start the downswing, what tour players do is they actually bend their legs a little bit. So you'll see my legs start to get some flex in them. So my right leg will start to bend, and that actually drops me closer to the ground. If you look at my belt buckle here, it's going to get a little closer to the ground, and I would be opening my hips as that's happening. So that would almost look like the first half of a U. If you look at this black thing in the middle, it comes down like the first half of a U, and I'm rotating while I'm doing that. Now when you get to contact, what's actually happening is the hips start to rotate open and come back up the other side of the U. So as you hit the ball, your hips are coming up, and that's what allows you to slingshot the club through contact. So if I just grab this club with a couple of fingers here, and I make this U-type motion, so I'm going down the U, and then as I rotate back up and through, I can rotate my body open, my shoulder clears out of the way, and this club is just slung through contact. So that's why the pros look like they can swing. I mean, it drives you nuts. You watch these scrawny little tour pros that probably don't weigh 150 pounds soaking wet, bombing 300-yard drives out there. Well, a big part of that is this slingshot action. They're getting their hips to come up and through, and the club just gets slung through there. So if you want an effortless swing, the second half of that power U is really important. So let me grab this again, and I'll go through the whole motion. Here's my hips at address. I go to the top of the backswing and I rotate. As I start my downswing, it drops down the U and opens. And as I come through contact, it opens up and goes up that side of the U. So you're really just doing this type of a motion with your hips throughout the entire swing. Your legs are really important with this. So I want us to do a good 10 or 15 reps, really feeling that. I'm gonna exaggerate it here so you can see it. You don't have to exaggerate it this much or it won't look quite like this in a real swing, but this will be easy to visualize. So top of the swing, and then I'm gonna come down and then up. So I'm really making that exaggerated U-type swing, and I almost feel like the club is just gonna fly out of my hands as I come up the U. Once you get that down, once you've had that feeling a few times, you'll never be able to stop doing that in a swing. It just won't feel nearly as good if you ever stop it. So let's try it out now with a real swing. I'm gonna let the hip action and the U sling my club through contact rather than trying to do it with my hands and arms. Let's hope I get some pretty good power here. There we go. And you'll notice there in the real swing, it's not nearly as exaggerated. Just a little bit down and up is all you need to hit really solid, really powerful shots. So try that out. I know you're gonna love the power U.